Hi, welcome. So, sorry, I just took a big drink of coffee and the hotness just hit me right there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is pull a few oracle cards. My brain's not on, and then we'll get into the tarot and see what messages want to come through for us today. So thank you for being here. These I just went through and pulled every single card apart because these are notoriously like sticky. They just stick to each other. And I pulled them all out, separated them, and put them back together. And so we'll see if that did any good. Because I was like, I know I've been using these for a while, and there are so many that I've never pulled, and some that I keep pulling over and over and over. So I'm like, sticky. Okay, so I'm going to pull these in here. Get one. The Mentor. Ooh, number 6. And it's an owl. I like it. And we're going to pull an emotional healing card. Let's see what emotion we'll be healing. Oh, everything got smushed. There we go. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Curiosity. Curiosity is the driving force to explore new things, prompting you to seek answers and expand your horizons. When curiosity appears, it encourages you to explore the unknown, pursue knowledge, and grow into a more well-rounded person. All right, put that there. And then this is one we'll turn over at the end, probably in the extended if we go into an extended. These 2 are sticky. Is that 1 or 2? Guess it's 1. Okay, here we go. That's from the Earth Mother's Oracle. That's so funny. I have to push pause. Okay, so I said that was funny because I was literally just thinking about someone and they texted. Don't you love when that happens? Okay, so where do we want to go from here? We have the Mentor, we have Curiosity. What came to me in this is prompting you to seek answers and expand your horizons. And there's something maybe the tie-in with the Mentor here. I can't remember if I've read this card before. In any case, I don't remember what it says. And I feel like these might be related. I got some chills. Ooh, that was a big one. Okay, so I've been weird this week. Oh my God. I feel like I just need, you just need to shake it out. I'm all over the map. And I feel like I'm finding a new normal. It's interesting. Okay, let's just see what message wants to come through. These are my new artsy cards. I love them. 10 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles. I'm just doing like an overall here. We're just setting the stage. 7 of Cups, 6 of Cups, and then the Knight. So last time I used these, we got the Morning. That's funny. These are 2 extra cards that aren't in a normal tarot deck. And it's called the Knight. Oh, that camera is not so great. Can you see it here? I love the artwork. It looks like there's some rain or tears or something. And this person's like sitting in a tree under a full moon. I don't even know, but that's the overall energy, is the Night. And this is all like a starry sky with a nebula in the background. A nebula, like I know. So the 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 6 of Cups. Immediately I see and feel this like slow down in energy. See how we go from the 10 to the 9 and then the 7 to the 6? It's like this slow down of, oh gosh, of be like in our day-to-day life and trying to come back more into slowing down to come back into our heart center. So that's the overall vibe I'm getting. if we take these individually, we have this, the 10 of Pentacles and the 9. It's like, hold on, hold up. What I want to do, let's just use these. Yeah, this feels better. Hold on. Yeah, okay. So we got the Ace of Swords. It felt like, this is confirmation, it felt like we were trying to gain clarity between these two, meaning the 10 of Pentacles and the 9, they're both some form of like achieving, or I don't like that word, but having or feeling like pretty satisfied in life, like things are working out to a point. But there's something here about like this Ace of Swords where we're like seeking clarity. And so it's like, yeah, maybe we feel pretty content right now, but like I feel like I need to learn something. It's like Spirit saying, okay, and now for my next trick. Just kidding, they don't say that, or do they? But more like there's this, you can't grow unless you experience some friction. And so there's something here that says, okay, everything's pretty okay, although we are experiencing this little slowdown, this little like, almost like a stagnation, but not quite. It's almost like maybe if it kept going that way, you'd feel stagnant. But like things aren't exactly great. I could be fine, but underneath it all, maybe I'm not. And this is like Spirit saying, that's right, and we're gonna find out why. What's the next thing coming? Because the 7 of Cups is this card of options and exploration and daydreams about what will fill my heart, what will fill my cup. And then the 6 of Cups is this card of healing and nostalgia and looking backwards. So it's like we're going, and with this overall energy of the Knight, it's like, well, what needs to be illuminated? Under this full moon, you know? And usually that means like what needs to be released is something like deep under the surface here that's calling to be recognized or acknowledged. So I want to pull a couple more and then we'll get into it even deeper. So now we have the Page of Cups. Yeah, as we move from our material world into the heart center, the Page of Cups is that messenger that says, like, use your intuition. There's a new emotional growth about to happen. Let's get one more here. And we've got the 5 of Swords. So when we go from the 7 of Cups to the 6 of Cups, the 7 is that what will make me feel emotionally fulfilled, or like it's really about emotional growth, personal development, growth, whatever you want to call it. And then we go into this healing card. So this 5 of Swords is calling us to recognize, I think it has to do with this Ace of Swords, that Spirit is saying like there's something calling to be healed. And the 5 of Swords is that very thing that says, look back on your life and say, like, what is it that has caused pain in your life time and again? What is the undercurrent that's been working through your life that says that every maybe challenging thing in life, this has been the undercurrent, like this, whatever it is, whatever those triggers are. Like this thing always triggers me throughout my life. Uh-oh, hot flash. So this is calling us to recognize that. What I'm going to do now is pause and take a photo so you have this, and then I'm going to swipe this away and get into a very specific current situation. Okay, we're back. So I have the photo that I took of the original spread up on my monitor over here so that we can anchor back to that if we need to, because, you know, sometimes I don't have the best memory. I thought what we could do is get really specific with this one, as specific as we can, because I'm really curious about what, I mean, we just have the very high level. So it's like, what is this healing? It definitely ends with healing. Like it's like this slowdown from, I'm pretty satisfied, everyday life, la la la, but not really. And then it's like this card of like exploration. What's going to fill me up? That then leads right into the healing. Like, okay, well, in order to get there, we've got to go deep and illuminate what's really asking to be resolved or dealt with, you know, addressed in some way. So here we go. We have the sun right here at the heart of the spread, which is amazing. And then death, crossed by death. Okay, go big or go home. That's what we're doing. 5 of Swords. I know you can't see this yet. The 2 of Swords in the past. We have Temperance in the conscious thoughts. We have the King of Pentacles in the future. Queen of Cups in the heart. Right here. I'm going to pull that down. 9 of Pentacles again. That came up in the overall. The Hierophant. I was assuming we would get that, given that we have the Mentor card. And then we have the 9 of Wands in the potential future outcome, which is interesting. We have the 3 of Cups. So, you know what I was thinking as I... got the chills. Yeah, no one. Okay, so when I went upstairs, I know it only seemed like I was gone 1 second, but what I did is I changed my laundry over too. Got to keep the laundry train going as a massage therapist. So what I was thinking, this card for some reason came to mind as I was going up the stairs and switching the laundry over, and I was thinking about how, actually, you know what's weird is another one of my clients came to mind. Oh, this is so funny. And as soon as I thought of her, the 3 of Cups came to mind. And that's funny. I wonder what this all has to do with each other. Because what I thought of was their situation having to do with their loved ones. Like, it's whatever they're going through, it's beyond even their own self. There's something on behalf of their kids. And then this 3 of Cups came up. So it's weird to draw those connections, you know, weird, not weird, whatever. So I'm just saying that in case it resonates with someone out there. Okay, that whatever we're going through here, and with this being in the overall, it's beyond you too. It's for you, but it's for your loved ones. Could be your kids, just the people around you, people in your family. Because this is the card of celebration and togetherness and union and harmony and all the good things. So, yeah, all the chills on that one. Okay, so the sun right here in the center is your optimism, your hope. It's coming through loud and clear with your current energy. Crossed by this death card, which means transformation. A cycle, something being put to rest so that something else can emerge. So it makes sense with this over here, this overall storyline we've got going on, where, yeah, everyday life, you're like pretty happy, right? Seems like you're an optimistic person. And then, but right here, it's like, dun, dun, dun. The universe has a different trajectory for you to go on. And maybe, you know, what's coming to mind is like, it's time to get on your path, you know, like I feel like the universe kind of lets us do our own thing for a while, and at some point it nudges you onto your path, meaning your path for this lifetime. What are you meant to be doing? And that's what came to mind with this overall, is like, yeah, it usually happens when we are like I don't want to say usually, but it can happen when we are feeling pretty content, but underneath we're like, oh, there's got to be something more. And then the universe is like, what'd you say? Oh, yeah, here it is. But you're going to have to like do a little healing first if you want to get fully on your path, right? So that's just stories I hear over and over and over and over and over and over again, and all the many things I read and way too many podcasts I watch. But anyway, that's a very common theme. So, and here it is right here in the center is like, you're pretty happy, and yet something is being called for you to put it to rest. You're going to undergo some transformation. And it's more than just a little bit of change. It's like a rebirth. So that's what we have. And then in the past, we had the Two of Swords. There is this, like, there could be a few things. Indecision, deeply desiring to tap into your intuition. It's like going into the inner self and saying like, oh, what is that thing, that I want to be doing? What do I need to learn? And there's some amount of that here. In the future, we have the King of Pentacles, which is feeling fully, we got the 10 and 9 of Pentacles before. The King is of that same vibe, except it's on behalf of family and loved ones. It's not just your own life. It is truly, that's what this has to do with. So if we're on this trajectory, that's where we're headed, is back to the happiness, but on behalf of your home life too, meaning all of your loved ones, not just yourself. So that's definitely an alignment there. In the subconscious, we have the 5 of Swords. Remember when we got that before, which was like, oh, that's what the healing's about. And that whole needing to be illuminated thing with the Knight. We had the NIGHT card. This is what it was about. And here it shows up again in the subconscious. Sorry, you can't see it. And it's like, we're going to clarify this. This is going to be where we want to get specific. Yes. That's when I started into this reading today. I was like, oh, we're going to get specific. Well, let's find out. And the conscious thoughts, we have Temperance. This is something that you are consciously aware of, you've been thinking about, and it's about balance and all of that good stuff. But it's really about alchemy. It's about how do I, because we have this and this and this. It's like, I know there's something in there wanting to be rebirthed or healed, or you just don't maybe know what it is. Have you ever had that feeling where you're just like, what is it? Maybe just some subtle there's got to be more. Maybe you can't even put words to it. And this is you feeling like that you actually do already know that you have the answer. And it's these little elements of yourself that it's like Play-Doh. And then turn it into this new thing. And so it feels like that's what you've been dealing with. The Queen of Cups in the Deepest Heart's Desires this is all flow, baby. This is water and water. So this is you fully going through that emotional stuff, and you're not afraid to do it. That's why it's in the Heart's Desire. You're not afraid to go through the transformation, the rebirth, because what you deeply want is to be fully in the heart space, acting from the heart, not just from the head. It's not even just that, it's just being totally reborn and on your path that you're meant to be on in this lifetime. The 9 of Pentacles is here in the surrounding energies saying, yeah, I could keep doing this. This is the surrounding energy, meaning, all of this pertains to the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is saying, I'm satisfied. I'm okay. I feel pretty good. Yeah, that's about it. Oh my God. That's funny. There's this snail here with I just have to show you. I've never noticed this before. See the snail? It's got a little chimney stack on its house. It's got like a little window on its shell, signifying its house is on his back. And then she's got like the symbol of Venus on her robe. So I think of love. No matter where you go, you feel pretty content and at home. And that's a pretty good way to feel, given that's why it feels like you're ready for this. You're like, I know I'll be okay. I'll be totally fine no matter what happens. Then we have the Hierophant and the hopes and fears. And the hope is that you will learn something through this process. We've already got this. You are optimistic, curious already. And then the Nine of Wands. This is the tricky one because this is that the potential future outcome here of like almost like the longer term outcome. Here the King of Pentacles is the shorter term future. The longer term future is like this card of self-reliance and perseverance. And yeah, getting all the chills because you do have this ability to be fine no matter where you are. It's like your sense of stability is not being questioned here. You are ready to flow. And so in the short term, yeah, you're going to feel you're going to, I don't like that word achieve. You are going to come to a true sense of happiness in your daily life with your loved ones. And in the long run, you're going through something that like, it's like cycles of time stuff where you're just going to have that inner knowing of your strength and resiliency. That's the word for this Nine of Wands. So what does that all mean? What I'd like to do is clarify a couple of the big ones. And then we'll read that mentor card at the end here, and then we'll go into an extended, because I have a feeling we're going to need to get even more specific. I got to figure out how to make it so you can see. Here, I'll just put this like this. There. I just want you to have the full picture all the time. Here, I'll put him right here. Okay. Whew. That feels better, doesn't it? To me, you're like, I don't care. So let's clarify the Three of Cups for the overall energy. I want to know, what is that telling us about what we're about to go through? And why are we going? It's more like the why are we going through it? So we have the Nine of Swords, the Empress, and the Eight of Pentacles. Oh. This feels like, it almost does feel like you're a parent. Not a parent. You are a parent, perhaps. And if not, that's okay. You can still find resonance within this story. The Empress, it's like this is the central theme, and this is more about you and your kids. Are you a single mother, perhaps? Some of you might be. And then the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, there's been a lot of stress, anxiety, worry about the daily life. When in actuality, obviously, we all want this, is just to be fully at ease. I'll just say that. So there's something about like you're like a working single mom. I'm just painting a picture. So find what little bit resonates with you, perhaps. And you actually are doing the day in, day out work to support your family. But something's been really hard. Like there's been a lot of worry and anxiety. I'm curious. I do want to pull, I just want to get a little bit more on that while we're follow this thread. Please tell us more. Yeah, we've got the Four of Cups and the Lovers. Okay. This is it's almost like a past relationship, and it could be with the other parent, perhaps, where I usually don't read love readings or even literally, but this feels like literally has to do with a divorce or separation where the legal system might be involved, and it's been causing a lot of worry or heartache. Not heartache even, just like, well, yeah, that too. We have the Four of Cups here, which is this, like, even though there's a lot of love with you and your kids, and maybe you even felt that way about your ex, I'll just say ex at this point, there's something like holding on a little bit to the past, which means it's hard to move forward with that, isn't it? It's hard to move forward if we're holding on to the past. So I got the chills. I'm glad we dug deeper on that one out of the gate, because for some of you, that's your specific situation. For others of you, we'll see. Again, take what resonates. But it does feel like, and it may not be single mom, maybe single dad, but just saying that there's, it feels like you're like a parent-child ex kind of amalgam. So, and I know that can't be easy. Let's clarify the Sun crossed by the Death card and see what we need to learn about our current state, our current energy here. We have the Devil. Interesting. The Ten of Cups. Yeah, and the Ten of Swords. Wow. So this is exactly what it's about. When you go from the Ten of Swords to the Ten of Cups, that is a complete transformation. That is, I don't even know how to say it other than that. That is exactly what we're doing. We're going from all of that anxiety and worry, and now we're like moving into this emotional, it's like the dam is breaking, where you felt dammed up before, probably from everyday life, just raising kids. I'll do it. But I'm curious about this Devil. I want to know more about that, because usually that means, well, in this case, it could just mean that's the thing that's being illuminated, is whatever that, like, it still feels really vague though to me. Yeah, it's confirmation of the complete transformation. Like, you're going through a lot. And we have the Empress again. Now let's get, and we got the Seven of Cups again, and the Two of Pentacles. Yep, there's something definitely you are, it's almost like you're trying to, again, there's like this contract, kind of going from a lot of options down to juggling literally a couple of things. But it feels like with this situation, it's almost like trying to find your center in it all. Almost like if you were to let go of this old situation, it's like, what would happen to you? Where would you be? What would take up your energy from this point forward? Because right now there's a little bit of holding on to the past. And it's saying, well, if I did start daydreaming about what I want, what my future is, oh my God, that could be overwhelming. Would I land on my 2 feet without this other person in my life? That's interesting. We'll see what else comes out as we go forward. I have a feeling I should probably stop here. I'm going to read the Mentor, and then we'll go into the extended and clarify the rest. So let me get my Archetypes book. And number 6. That should be easier to find, huh? All these Roman numerals. Okay, here we go. The teacher, the sage, the guru. It is said that cosmic knowledge pours down on the world like a great illuminated waterfall. This can be an overwhelming force. The true teacher, though, is said to be able to hold this flow of wisdom at bay while the student sips from a focused stream. I feel like we said some of these words like the dam breaking and overwhelming. And the mentor archetype has a gift for reading the room, for sensing the exact ingredient that will stimulate growth within the student, whether pleasant or painful. The mentor may appear aloof or available, harsh or tender, humorous or rigid. Their gift is to know what serves the soul. Ultimately, the mentor is in service of the greater cosmic good and aids in the elevation of consciousness. Anytime the mentor forgets this humble link and mistakes themselves for the source of enlightenment, the archetype falls into shadow. When light, focused, clear, bright, remains a student. When dark, self-serving, envious of youth, righteous, rigid. Go deeper. The riddles of Zen masters and their students. Oh, the koans. Keep in mind how easy it is to project power onto another. The expressions feet of clay and cult of personality exist for a reason. Although it's typically true that parents are our initial teachers, the child will eventually seek a mentor figure outside of the home to assist their growth. That's interesting when we're talking about the parent-child stuff going on here. So take that as it resonates. If this is your situation, follow us over to the extended. There will be a link below. And then if you aren't able to do that but have any questions or want to reach out, please do so. We can do a one-on-one reading and dig deeper. So yeah, thanks again for being here. Bye.